Alright, so I was at Dick's the other day and I saw this Mystery Tacklebox, the Juggernaut. I hadn't seen this before, so I picked it up. Just kind of really curious what's in it because it's bigger than the mother load, you know? Alright, let's get this thing opened up here. Oh, it's actually kind of really cool because it's also got like a grab handle on it. I don't know anything about this yet. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's see what we got in here. A zinger. Bluegill? Yep. Sweet. Alright, let's figure out what this really is here before we start digging too deep into this whole thing. Jig, trailer breakdown. How to rig, Carolina rig, learn to swim. Looks like that's for swim baits. Even gives you the recommended gear. Once again, recommended gear for fishing a crawfish. Alright, so I'm guessing all that stuff's in here. So you got a zinger, spinnerbait. Oh, a junior contender. That's pretty exciting. A little swim bait action here. Oh, let's see if we can get that open. Not destroying the packaging too much. I actually have this one. Haven't got to use it yet. But, yeah. Multiple jointed, really sharp hooks. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, multi-jointed swim bait. Soft tail. Rest is hard. Doesn't really have too much of a rattle to it. I think it's mostly just... Yeah, it does have a rattle to it. It's pretty cool. Wow, yep, sharp hooks. Put that over here. Juggernaut. Enter for password. Promo code, might have won something. Headbanger. Okay, I don't think I've opened one of these on my channel yet. These are pretty sweet. 10,000 fish headbanger. I've actually got two of these, I think. So these are really neat. So it's a swim bait. Okay, little bluegill imitation. I believe it's, yeah, it looks like a bluegill to me. Could be bass. Licensed to gill. Anyway, so recessed in its dorsal fin here is the hook. So it really is basically completely and utterly weedless. This hook is magnetic. So down deep inside this channel here, there's a little bitty magnet down there. You can see it. It just sucks it right back down. So when a fish bites it, hooks up, the hook comes out, sticks the fish, and then when you release the fish, just pop it back down and throw it back out. That's a pretty sweet bait. Throw that back in the box real quick. But yeah, that's a 10,000 fish headbanger, 3 1/4 inch, ½ ounce. CT35. It's a floating made by Team Arc. Green gill. It's got a magnet, action position, casting position. Okay, so it's got magnetic weight transfer. That's pretty cool, actually. Let's get this guy out of here. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. I wonder. Really good looking bait. Yeah, anyway. It's got a good knock to it. I wonder how that magnetic transfer works. I'll have to try this thing out. But, unfortunately, one of my small pet peeves is that it doesn't label the depth. I mean, it's got all its information for what it is. Unless CT35 would be the depth. and not just the name. Yep, CT35, that is the depth right there. So that's kind of useful that they just included it straight in the name. It's a really neat looking bait. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but it's a good looking bait. Great hooks. What kind of hooks are these? And it doesn't say what kind of hooks they are. But it's a floating... Huh. There's the magnet. Okay. Moving on. Oh. Guggen Squad clickbait. I don't have this one. Sexy Shad. 3/8 of an ounce. These ones are actually kind of neat because I learned this trick recently with the clickbaits. Depending on how you bend this front blade, like the whole end where you, here, I'll just open it. The whole area where you tie it onto and where the blade is actually itself will change where it sits in the water column. So just by bending this portion, I forget off the top of my head exactly, if you bend it up it goes deeper, or you bend it down it goes deeper. But yeah, it's great. Great bait. And it's a clickbait, not to be confused with a chatterbait, because it does not hit as hard as a chatterbait. It's more of a subtle, yeah, it's just more subtle. It really is a clickbait, not a chatterbait. Sickies, 3 IDWG hooks. Let's see what we all got in here. Excite, Reflex, skipping jig. Alright, so you get a skipping jig, you get EWG hooks, square bill, 2 different swim baits. You got a hard bait and a soft bait. This is called the Runt. Oh. Zero to 3 feet. Let's see if we can get this thing open. Get a real good look at it here. Okay. Super subtle knock. Kind of a square bill idea going here. Kind of like a deep diver. Not truly a square bill. I like the tail. I just like dressed hooks. I've actually added some mustads that were pre-tied like this to a couple of my square bills I use quite often. But this one, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera very well, but there is like a reflective pane inside there. And I can't tell if it moves, but that's actually pretty cool because it's got like a reflective prism inside there. That's a neat bait. What color is this? Moonlight Shad. That's pretty sweet. Alright, so you got some bullet weights, 1/4 ounce, 5-pack. Alright, so a Canastic CXV65 lipless crank. I actually have this one. I bought this one. It's a pretty good, it's a solid, very, very solid 1/2 ounce lipless crank. It's got a lot of noise to it. It's got a lot of color to it too. And it's got a really sweet action to it also. Alright, so we got another jig. Baby Firefly, or Fireworks Super Jig. A little hand-tied skirt, a little 1/4 ounce guy. Yeah. Green Pumpkin Blue, 2/0 hook. Excuse me. What else we got going on here? Bioswan, Vile Bug, Enhanced Bioscent. These are pretty cool. I haven't actually got some of these yet, but I've been wanting a set of these. Oh! Look at that. Okeechobee Craw. 4-inch guy. Okay, so that's pretty sweet. That's a solid deal. Zakoshi Bug. Stretch X Plastic 2.5 guy. These are great for like little Ned rigs, or you could throw them even like on a jig trailer. Something just to drag kind of slow, because this thing has a ton of action. Biospon Exo Swim 4-inch. And a solid color. Catch fish basically anywhere. Lab Magic. 4-inch paddle tail. Oh, Diesel Football Jig. Alright, so I've really figured out where this is going. So this is weedless. Four-aught hook, Okeechobee Craw. Those two obviously go together. I mean, you could throw the Okeechobee Craw Bile Bug on anything, but color match it. Bam. Got a Neko. Keep the sun off of you. Definitely a Guggen Squad one. Just, you can tell by the green. It's that Guggen green. Alright. Slow sinking baby bull shad. Gizzard shad. I don't have this one, so that's super exciting. I really can't wait. Okay, so this is really, really cool. So they obviously put a lot of thought into this. Having basically all three types of swim baits. Multi-jointed baby bull shad. This just catches fish. This I haven't really got to play around with a whole lot, because the season, the bite basically was destroyed last year out here. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I didn't spend as much time throwing this as I should have, because I've caught fish on both of these before. What else we got? Round plastic beads. This is going to be Carolina rig, or you could Texas rig it, or whatever. And you could throw Bile Bug, or you could throw the Zakoshi Bug, or you could even throw, well, this is interesting. It's like a Cinco, but it's ribbed in the middle. Yeah, so you Texas rig, wacky rig it, Carolina, which it gives you everything to do that, drop shot, or you could shaky at it and just nip the end of it off. Or after you finally fish enough and it gets ripped in half, you can just rig it up. You could even just put this on a, oh, I can't think of it, Ned rig. Just Ned rig the end of it after you lose half of it. So that's really, really sweet. Yep. There's your swivels for the Carolina rig, if you decide to go that route. What else we got here? Giant sticker sheet. This is pretty. Oh, tree pounder. I like that. Oh. Oh, that's okay. So this is cool. So after you buy this, if you are out fishing or whatever, you can just keep this in your box or keep this in your pocket, or go ahead and save it to your phone, scan the QR code, and it breaks down everything in the box for you. Oh, what's this? Some sort of... Huh. So it breaks down the whole entire season, tells you what's good to use when, and the likelihood of you catching something. This is actually really, really useful, especially if this is like a starter box for somebody. This would be like an excellent like oh, I want to get into bass fishing, you know, or just fishing in general box, because it comes fully equipped with, I mean, you get your square bill, you get a super shallow diver, you get lipless crank, you get all the swim baits, spinner bait, got your jigs, got plenty of trailers. Speaking of trailers that are perfect, put that on there, or you could even put swim bait on the big jig there. And then you got the click bait. Yeah, so like if you have a buddy or something that wants to come out with you and start fishing, or if you're on vacation or something like that and you don't bring any of your fishing stuff and you find extra time, you could just go buy this. I think, yeah, it was $100, and it has everything in it. Plus, while you're fishing, if you don't have your box, you can just throw everything back in it, and it's got the carry handle. This is really solid. I mean, I already have a lot of this stuff, but I don't think this is really a box super aimed at somebody that fishes all the time or already has tons of stuff. But no, this is really, really well thought out. All the colors, the breakdowns, everything matches. You got the Shikoshi bug for your chigs. Color meshed out perfectly. Spinnerbait. No, this is great. I mean, especially if you got like a buddy that wants to start fishing with you, this is the way to go. And I mean, you even have your net go. The only thing that doesn't come in this box is a rod and reel and line. That's all you would have to buy. And even then, it breaks everything else down for you in here. What to look for, where to find them. Jig breakdown, trailer breakdown. I mean, you got a creature jig, or creature bait, because that would count Shikoshi bug as a creature bait. And you got the flipping the football, the swim jig. Actually, no, I don't think I got a swim jig, per se. No, actually, no. Yeah, this is your swim jig. Kind of small for a 4-inch swim bait, but that's fine. You don't necessarily even have to do that. You could trim down a Shikoshi bug and just throw it on there just because you can. Tells you exactly how to rig your Carolina rig. Tells you exactly what to get. And basically everything in here, you could fish off of a go-to rod. I mean, some things would be better if you didn't, like, obviously the cranks would be a little bit better if you had like a medium moderate casting rod, or if you have like more of a finesse setup. But I mean, you could, if you went and bought like a $30 combo, like if you're on a budget for like less than $150, you could go fish a lot with just this box. And since how it's got the handle, I mean, it's going to be messy once you throw everything back in here. But you could also pick up like just like a regular tackle box to put some of this stuff in, and it'd fit right in here. No, this is fantastic. This is well worth it. Especially, like I said, if you're taking somebody out that's never been, or if you're on vacation or something like that, and you come up with just extra time. For $150, $200, you could just buy this and buy a cheap combo and do all right, easily. Because I mean, they have several combos there at Dick's that are like $50, and then there's always ones that are on sale. Because Dick's or Walmart or whatever always has rods on sale, just really not for any particular reason other than they just want to move it. This is this is sweet. All the boxes that I did notice, all the boxes were named 332 or labeled 332 when I picked this one up. But so there wasn't any different ones, but you could fish this box anywhere. I mean, like, I've been playing with the idea of flying down to Dallas for like a quick weekend, like fly out Friday night. This would save me having to pack any of my tackle for the trip there, and then I could just take like a travel rod, or I could just, as I said, pick up a combo there and use it, and then just give, because I got a couple friends that live in Dallas, I could just give it to them or leave it at their house. But yeah, no, this is cool. This is really, really cool. This is above and beyond the regular mystery tackle boxes that you would go buy at Dick's or Bass Pro or Walmart or whatever. I mean, it's more money, but it gives you everything. Like, this isn't like a deal where I would think to myself, oh, you know,